Today is September 10th, 2017, and today I would like to talk about the Tower of Babel, a legendary man-made structure existing in technically biblical times, I would say even prehistorical times, around the dawn of mankind. Did it exist? What was its purpose? Why was it built? And what happened to it if it did indeed exist and was indeed built? So, I'll just start from the biblical account of the Tower of Babel. The story goes that the Tower of Babel was built when people of all tongues, all languages, of all different creeds came together to build one great thing in the world, one structure that signified they overcame the barriers of language and overcame the barriers of everything, and all indeed spoke one language to communicate the building of this structure. And the point of building it was to say, now that we're united, we can build something higher than anything that any god could have ordained us to build, because we did it out of our own power. And in the Bible it says that God Almighty did not like that very much. So he broke apart the Tower of Babel, made everyone speak a different language, put everyone at war with one another, and destroyed the tower, and sent everyone on their separate ways. And that is essentially the biblical account of the Tower of Babel. Not exactly very many good descriptions exist of what it would have looked like, or if the Tower of Babel was simply a symbolic structure. Now, I find it very interesting because, it's definitely interesting for a number of reasons. I find it interesting because it really, it really symbolizes the spirit of human ambition. It's like we could all come together and build something so great. And you know what? Whether it existed or not, I like to think that it did. But whether it existed or not, the fact that it was once destroyed symbolizes that it's something that we must rebuild. And it really symbolizes the apex of the capabilities that humans have to build on planet Earth, to build together as a civilization, and to build as individuals. And I like to believe that it was indeed built. I don't know what it would have looked like. I haven't really thought about that. But I like to think that perhaps it was some sort of metropolis of the arts and humanities, and that it was a place where people could go to share ideas and to build projects, like almost like a city, sort of like if you've seen Game of Thrones, maybe like the Citadel, something similar to that. But what I like to think is that this tower that we build is now in the digital age, it's more possible than ever to rebuild. Not in a physical way, but in a way that all of us are kept there forever. a sort of with the advent of digital computers, we could stay in this this metropolis, this artificially created metropolis of information. And each person's information tied to their life and tied to what they've done in their life is kept in their area. And it can be explored by others who also have all of this information kept. So like these vlogs that I'm making, the writing that I do, all of the art that I do, all of the research that I do, all of the information that I do contributes to this great spiritual Tower of Babel. And it can be understood by anyone. And that is a very beautiful thing. So, I just, I kind of draw a parallel between how in the biblical times, building a structure was one of the greatest. It was a pinnacle of human achievement. So naturally, the greatest pinnacle of human achievement would be building the greatest structure. But now, the pinnacle of human achievement is being connected. It's our connectedness. It's our ability to overcome our barriers and our boundaries and obstacles to grow together and to grow as a planet. And that is the pinnacle of human achievement now. And I believe that the greatest pinnacle of that is each of us being able to share all that we are and all that we have from a creative, intellectual, and from a standpoint of our own personal ingenuity with the world as information. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I'll talk about for today. It's getting to be pretty long and windy, so I hope you have a great day, and thank you for watching.